tutorial on how I prep my lace closures. I'm professional, I taught myself, and I watched so many different tutorials like last year, the year before that, on how to do lace closures, and I just could not get it, so I had to kind of create my own way of doing them so they look natural. This lace closure is from Candy Jewels Hair Company that I will be installing in my hair. I'm going to make a wig because I haven't had a sew in forever, so I'm going to make a wig. So this is a 4x4 lace closure. I have not bleached the knots. I also have another wig that I made using their lace closure, and I didn't have to bleach the knots, so I don't think I'm gonna bleach this one. For my lace closures, I like to leave a little hair out in the front. I have a lot of pictures of me doing other people's lace closures where I don't leave hair out and they look just as natural. But for me personally, I want to leave some hair out. So I'm gonna wear a side part, so I literally just leave my edges out. Like seriously, like literally just my edges out. Maybe like a little bit of hair, like on this end I have a little more out because I'm gonna straighten this part, so it'll be, you know, a little natural right here. But just basically do some cornrows going down this way, and then I come over here and I connect them. So yeah, I just connect them right here. The back of my head, I'm not quite sure what this looks like. I actually got some hair out right here, so I feel it. So I'm not quite sure what this looks like, but I just kind of braid it in a way that it's flat enough for me to make sure the wig doesn't look wiggy. So that's the back of my head. So what I do is I cut my lace first before putting it on. Some people prefer you not cutting the lace first, but that's just how I do mine. It's easier for me because I don't even know what I'm doing. So I just cut this part first. It doesn't have to be a lot of it. I'm gonna cut almost to the hair, but not all the way. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing this so you can see that I cut the lace first. So later on we're gonna like clean this part up and go, you know, make it a little more straighter. But for now, this is how I'm gonna do it. So I just made a part in my closure, so that looks so funny. A part of my closure so you can see exactly where I want my part to be at. So about here, it doesn't have to be perfect. And like I said, we're wearing it as a side part, so it will be falling about this way. You probably can't see it yet because I haven't really molded the closure yet, but just make your part on where you're gonna wear it. That's pretty much it. Hey you guys, this is what you call a wig block. You can find this from your, I guess some craft stores sell it. I actually got this off of Amazon, and they use it for making wigs for like Broadway and things like that. So I have a huge head, so this, I can't remember what size this is, but I had it for a long time. As you can see, it's all messed up. This is how I make my wigs. Now keep in mind where we part our lace closure for a side part, remember that? So we're just gonna place this on top of our wig block. I took my wig block downward so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to really see it. It's very easy, guys. I'm telling you, so simple, and you would not believe how long it took me to figure out an easy way to do these things. So you take your duck clips and separate. Well, I don't need one over here, but I just put this over here to separate. You want to make sure all the hairs is on this side and all these hairs is on this side of the closure. Take our Care wax stick and we're going to take it almost like deodorant, and we're just going to smooth these flyaways down. I love using this for closure, especially because we all know some closures look very wild and they have a lot of flyaways. This one don't have a lot of flyaways, which is a good thing. Automatically gives it some flatness right there by just putting the Care wax stick on top. What you do is part like you're doing your real hair. Just part it. We're gonna take our flat iron and we're just gonna do like a one press down. You don't have to flat iron it completely, but you just want to do one press down. Hold it here. I'm holding it snug like this, just to make sure that it's flat down. And smooth that out. You want to take your brush and just kind of brush it along the way to straighten those roots. Get the roots straight so that you can get a flat foundation when you actually install the lace closure. And you're just going to keep flattening out each side of the closure. So we're just going to keep doing it until we get to the part area. Area on each side, and we're just going to apply the care stick again, just a little bit, not a lot. And it's okay if you feel like I'm applying a lot of product to the closures. With working with so many, I learned that it really doesn't matter how much product you apply to it, because it kind of just soaks it up some kind of way. I don't know why, it's kind of weird. It's like a real scalp. So you just want to make sure that's nice and smooth. And see, this is the side that we worked with and we smoothed out compared to this side, which is a little lumpier. Now some people may like the big look, you know, it helps them with volume, but this is just what I do if you want like a super flat, natural looking closure. So you can see we just went over here and we just smoothed this side out, and this is how it looked beforehand. As you can see, after we completely press out the entire closure how we want it, you can see that it lays a lot flatter and it's way more natural and it's a lot slicker than it was before. Because if you was to apply it the way it was before, it would just be a little more difficult to do it. And like I said, this is how I do it because it was very hard for me to understand these things. So I think this will be a lot easier for you guys who are struggling with making it look flat. Simply just smooth our closure out for easy installing. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this mousse, and this is Tresemme Extra Firm Control. I prefer using the humidity resistant one because it helps a lot with flyaways, but this is all I have in my house. I'm just going to take a little bit of mousse, just a little bit, and we're just going to put like a dab of it here. And don't worry, it's not going to make your legs sticky, icky, or anything. It's still gonna curl well, it's still gonna straighten well, it's still gonna act normal. You just wanna take our fingers and you just wanna press right at our part area. Where we want it to be flat. And this is really gonna help your closure lay very, very flat. Take your flat iron and just kind of go on the top. Now if you have like a curling wand or a curling iron, you can go ahead and do it that way as well. But we just want this to be as flat as possible, y'all. You see how smooth and slick that is. I went ahead and cut a little bit more of the lace off, but this is how your closure should look after making it flat on the wig block. So you can see it's a huge difference in foundation of the closure. We didn't do any tweezing, any bleaching, we didn't do anything but make it flat. So if you're very anal like myself, you can also take the flat iron and do this. This is what I like to do as well, and just take it on the lace. This is on about 390 degrees. But you want to make sure you test your lace first to make sure it won't burn. But you can take your flat iron on each side and just make it flat. Now you can still curl your closure and everything like that, but this is if you want it to lay as flat as possible. So what you want to do is you want to take your lace closure and voila, it's flat. And I haven't tweezed it yet, but I'm going to tweeze it, so don't you worry, it's going to be even flatter than this. But this would be very easy for you to install on a wig or a client or whatnot, because you'll already have your foundation super flat and ready to blend. So I'll put it about right there. You can see without tweezing how much we accomplished. So hope that helped a lot of people and answered a lot of questions on Instagram, how I do my lace closure, how I make them flat. But before I go, I want to show you the other closure I got from them, like over the summer last year. This is their actual, this is actually the Peruvian straight lace closure, and this is the hair. So I just remixed the old hair that I did a video on for a long time ago. This is like the same hair. I just remixed it and put it as a middle part of closure that I prepped for this unit. As you can see, it's super flat, and I actually had this hanging up on a hanger in my closet, girl, because it needs somewhere to dry. It's just another unit I made doing this method of making your closure flat. So it just gives you a very natural look. Now I haven't even blended this. You see I just stuck it on my head. To give you an idea of what I mean by prepping it, so that once you make your wig, it can just lay flat on your head, girl. You ain't gotta worry about it too much. It can just lay on your head, girl. That help you all understand why I did it this way, so you can get that super flat look. Okay, and I'll see y'all later. I kind of like this. I might wear this next week.